We keep hearing the phrase, make a plan to vote, but what exactly does that mean, and how do you make a plan to vote? I'll show you how. Welcome back to another episode of Hell Hath No Fury, a battle-tested, practical, paint-by-number how-to series to empower you to help create our big blue wave this Rovember. My name is Anna Maria, and I'm host of the Sassy Political Coach podcast. Today, I'm going to coach you on how to make your very own personal plan to vote, because this is how you and I are bringing Hell Hath No Fury into the voting booth where we make our fury felt. Now, all of the links that I'm going to talk about today are found on my website at sassypoliticalcoach.com/vote. One-stop shopping, baby. That's how I like it. Ready? Wonderful. Let's get right to it. There are 8 steps to creating your plan to vote. Check your voter registration. Got to be registered. Decide how you're going to vote. Find out if you need a government ID to vote. Make sure you bring it. Find out what's on the ballot. Do a little research. Figure out how you're going to get to the poll. Pick a date and time. Put it on your calendar. And then, of course, bring a bestie. Let's go through each of these one at a time, shall we? 1. Check your voter registration. Go to sassypoliticalcoach.com, vote. There's a big old button that says check your voter registration. Looks like this. Click it. Use the drop down to click on your state. Then click check if I'm registered to vote. Follow the bouncing ball. If you're not registered, like for example, if you've been purged or deleted because, the Republicans are out there, if the deadline is not yet passed, then you can go ahead and register right there on the website. Now, make sure, once you're registered, once you verify that you've registered, make sure that you bring a copy of your registration to the polls. Put it on your phone and make a paper copy. I know Mother Nature and all that stuff, but look, honey, if there's some problem with the internet connection, or if the person in front of you is not exactly digitally savvy like you are, it's just best to go ahead and hedge your bet. Make sure that you bring your voter registration with you, and of course, before that, you need to check it. 2, decide how you're going to vote. In-person early voting, vote by mail, or you're going to vote on the final day of the election cycle. Whatever it is, make sure you know that how you're going to vote. That's step number 2. Number 3, voter ID. Do you need a voter ID? Do you need an ID in order to vote? If so, what government ID is going to be accepted? Because they're not all accepted. Yeah, Republicans are squirrely that way. Anyhow, at that site, sassypoliticalcoach.com/vote, check your voter registration. On that website, you'll be able to determine whether you need a voter ID, and if so, what is acceptable. Check and make sure that you know about voter ID. Number 4, find out what's on the ballot. Oh my gosh, you would be so surprised. Well, actually, if you voted before, you're surprised. You walk into the voting booth or you get your ballot and it's like, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff? Make sure that you get a sample ballot and check things out. You can go to my website, as I said, it's one-stop shopping, and there's a button that says, get sample ballot. You'll be able to find out what's on your ballot. Step 5, do some research. Get referrals. Just like anything else in our life, go around to folks that you trust. In this case, people that you trust to know what's on the ballot, or who's on, what does this mean, or who do I vote in this arena, or do some research on your own. But make certain that you do your research, because it's, even though we're going to be voting straight Democrat, not all things on the ballot have a designation. Sometimes the political office for which someone is running, it's nonpartisan, so you don't know who's the Democrat. Plus, there's also all those ballot measures. Make sure you find out. Number 6, how will you get to the polls? Walk, bike, public transportation, drive your car, get picked up. Do you need a ride? Go to rideshare2vote.com. There's also a link on my website at sassypoliticalcoach.com. And then they'll be able to hook you up with someone who can bring you to the polls. Number 7, pick a date and time that you're going to go to vote. Put it on your calendar. And then finally, hey, bring a bestie. Make it social. Make it a party. Decide where you're going to go to celebrate afterwards. Coffee, drinks, out to dinner, out to lunch, go for a walk, go to the movies, whatever. Bring a bestie. These are the 8 steps to make your very own plan to vote. And together, this is how we bring Hell Hath No Fury right into the voting booth. Because, honey, that's exactly how that's what democracy looks like, and that's how we make our fury felt. Your vote is your voice. Let us roar. And let's go through those 8 steps quickly again. Check your voter registration. Decide how you're going to vote. Decide if you need a government ID to vote, and make sure you bring just one of those kinds. Find out what's on the ballot. Do some research. Determine how you're going to get to the polls. Pick a date and time and put it on your calendar. And finally, bring a bestie. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. And make certain that we go to the polls, vote straight Democrat, because, well, that's how we're going to make this big blue wave happen. Thank you for watching. Be sure to follow and like, subscribe, and share with your friends and your family. Also, be sure to follow me across social media at Sassy Political Coach. Make a comment. I'd love to know what you think and see and tell me how this is helpful for you. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I also have podcasts and other videos that provide additional how-to information so that we can create a big blue wave from sea to shining sea this Rovember. I'll be back soon with another episode of Hell Hath No Fury, so stay tuned. My name is Anna Maria, host of Sassy Political Coach. Now go on out and make Hell Hath No Fury our political rallying cry that creates our big blue wave.